Okay guys, so as you guys know, I will be making my own birthday cake, and it is going to be the letter N. So here's the letter N. I try to make it look like a letter N. So yeah, this is my letter, and here's the cake board I'm going to be using. As you guys do see, this is a little too big for the cake board, pero o sea, sí creo que it can fit on top. So I'm just gonna, and this is the only cake board I have. I'm thinking, like, why go to the store whenever I can use this one? Nomás porque sale un poquito aquí las sides. But so yeah, I'm gonna use this cake board, and this is my letter N. So right now what I'm gonna be doing is I'm gonna start doing the buttercream. Okay guys, so for my icing, I'm gonna be doing a buttercream icing frosting. So for the ingredients for the recipe, you're gonna be needing 2 sticks of butter. You can use unsalted or salted butter, but for today I'm gonna be using unsalted butter. It's this brand right here. And then I'm gonna be using powdered sugar. You're gonna be needing about 3 to 4 cups of powdered sugar. And then I have my vanilla extract, and then you're gonna need 3 to 4 tablespoons of heavy cream or milk, and I'm gonna be using milk. And then you are gonna be needing salt. So I'm gonna wait for this to get to room temperature while I sift my 3 to 4 cups of powdered sugar. Okay, I already took out my butter so I can get room temperature. So now what I'm going to be doing is sifting my powdered sugar. Oh, here. Oh, los voy a cortar porque of salt. Okay guys, so now that I applied my 2 sticks of butter, which is 1 cup of butter, I'm gonna go ahead, and my salt, my 1/4 teaspoon of salt, I'm gonna go ahead and blend it with my mixer. Okay guys, so now that I have all of my butter blended, I'm gonna go ahead and start adding my powdered sugar 1 cup at a time, of course. Guys, now that we're done mixing the powdered sugar with the butter and salt, we're gonna go ahead and put 2 teaspoons of vanilla extract. So here's my vanilla extract. I'm gonna add 4 tablespoons of milk. Ooh. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now we're gonna go ahead and mix it. Okay guys, now we are done with our buttercream frosting slash icing. Okay guys, so now I'm gonna start doing my cake. So this is the cake mix that I'm gonna be using. I am gonna be using the box because I do not know how to do it from scratch yet, but I am planning on learning. But I'm gonna be using this brand, and I'm gonna use the Funfetti one, and I have 2 boxes of those. And then I'm gonna mix all my ingredients in here. But first, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna separate the egg whites and the egg yolk, and I'm gonna put all the egg whites in here, and I'm gonna mix it so that way it can get fluffy, and so that way whenever I bake the cake it can rise a lot. Okay, so I have this little bowl. This is where I'm gonna put my egg yolks on. So now I'm just gonna be mixing it with this whisk. If this one doesn't work out, then I'll just use these. So let's see. Okay guys, so now once it looks like that, I'm gonna go ahead and put it to the side. And now I'm gonna go ahead and get my bigger bowl, and I'm gonna go ahead and apply the cakes. Let me zoom it out real quick. I'm gonna go ahead and apply the cake mix. Okay, so here it says to add 1 cup of water. As you guys can see right there, it says to add 1 cup of water, but I'm gonna be using milk instead of water. Add 1.5 cup of oil. So I'm gonna go ahead and add my oil. Now I'm gonna go ahead and add my yolk, my egg yolk. So now that I'm done adding that, I'm gonna go ahead and mix that before I add my egg whites. Guys, I didn't notice that I had done a lot of cake mix because whenever the cake came out of the oven, it was just too much cake. But it's kind of good that I did a lot because I wasn't sure if it was going to be enough or it was going to be a lot. So, yeah. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and put my cake in the oven for 30 minutes or until it's ready. And the way you know it's ready is if you put like a fork or a knife in the center, and if it comes out clean, it's ready. So I'm gonna go ahead and tap it here to make sure I get all the air bubbles out, and then I'm gonna go ahead and put it in the oven. Oh, the aguacate is me. Okay, so here I'm just placing the foil paper where I want to cut the letter out on the cake. So as you guys can see, I did have a whole side of cake, and I was gonna use that. I did cut that out as the end, but I noticed that if I would have stacked those two together, it would have been way too big of a cake. So what I did, I just cut that end that I was tracing in half, and I just used that as my cake base. So I didn't end up using the other side of the cake. Okay guys, so I managed to get one piece of the cake on top of the cake board. I still have to put the icing in the middle, but I was thinking maybe to just use one cake because it is gonna be like a big old cake, because I still have the other part over here, but we'll just see how it looks. So here's how it looks right now. As you saw, the cake was so big that I knew if I would have stacked the other piece of the cake, it would have been too big. So what I did, I just cut this cake in half with the knife, and then I'm gonna put icing on here, and then I'm gonna apply this one on the top of that. Guys, whenever I was stacking the other cake, the other half on the top, I was so scared. I was so scared because I thought it was going to break in half, but thank God it didn't. Okay guys, and this part, whenever I started icing the cake, I was struggling so much because the icing wasn't like soft enough to stay on the cake whenever I would pipe it on there. So I put it in hot water. I put because I was using a Ziploc bag, I put it in hot water so that way it can melt a little bit, and then that way it would be easier for me. So that's just what I did, and then I just finished icing the rest of the cake. Okay guys, so here I finished piping my cake. It was hard. Like you can see that there's stars and then there's circles here. But yeah, so that's basically done with the frosting. So now I'm gonna start decorating it. Okay guys, here I was just adding buttercream to the sides of the cake because I didn't want any of the cake showing. But then I started adding my decorations, and I did use some flowers. As you guys see, these flowers are from the dollar store. I just washed them and all. And then I used strawberries. I just covered them with chocolate, with white chocolate and regular milk chocolate, and I did put sprinkles on it. And I also used, you know, just candies, some Oreos, some chocolate chip cookies, and candies from the dollar store. I also used some sprinkles that I had made out of fondant. So I just finished decorating the rest of the cake. As you guys can see, I tried to cover most of the cake. I did add berries as well, or I added raspberries and then the blueberries. and just plain strawberries. But yeah, guys, so this is how I did my cake, and I hope you guys enjoyed this video.
La calle está apagada, pero ella la va a prender, porque si ella